Good Friday, everybody. Welcome. Danny Shay here, rambling on a Friday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well today. A lot of stuff going on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I sound like a Minnesotan. Oh my gosh. So today we're going to be looking at, God, there's so much stuff. 50 years ago, Nixon resigned. Wow. So that was just it's like a similar time. My hillbilly brother sent me a newspaper article from the day that I was born. And I'm reading these articles from the New York Times from the 50s. And I'm going, it's the same crap. We're just recycling it. It's the same crap. Nixon resigned. Well, maybe we'll have Trump resign. Maybe? I don't know. We're going to take a look at some good stuff. So, today what I want to look at, obviously, is American politics. A lot of world events going on that we seem to not pay attention to as much because of the enthusiasm with American politics where we are right now. But there's some good stuff going on and some just crazy stuff going on. One of the before I even get into that, so I want to talk about environmental politics, European Union, Hamas and Israel, and Ukraine and Russia. So if you need to take a pee break, you can. Go ahead, just hit pause. I'll be here. Unless you take a really long pee break, and then I don't know, maybe I'll get a cup of coffee too. Okay. So now we know where this is going. All right, let's start off with an energy card using my Star Seed Oracle deck. And we're out of that peak energy of Lionsgate. How's that been going for y'all? So it's a Mercury retrograde Lionsgate thing, which is, for me, really cool. It's really intuitive. It's, I got to play in some new areas of my intuition, of my inner guidance awareness. And it's interesting that the card that I pulled for us today is All Paths Lead to Home. And so there's like the many paths card that they all go to the same place. But I was thinking, how does that fit with me today? And I wasn't really getting a clear answer, but when I read the underlying words, inner authority, I'm like, oh yeah, intuition, turn your gaze within. So it has this, I can't remember the name of those things, the little circular things where you walk around and get all dizzy and turn your gaze inside. I went into some really cool inner guidance with my meditations this week. It was, went into a lot of times I'll do shamanic journeys, upper, middle, lower world. I went into the lower world and it was filled with crystalline lights. It was awesome. I'm like, so cool. I also dropped into more of the elemental worlds, down into the lower world and into different time streams. And I'm like, this is better than any movie. Certainly better than politics. And so when we are dealing with this energy, this portal energy that just allows us to tap into these areas easier, and if we can, for me, if I can let go of my second guessing of, oh, that's not what I'm seeing, oh, or I kind of shut it off too soon. Some people just let it go, and they just let it keep flowing. Sometimes I just shut it off too soon, and I don't allow myself to really be immersed in that experience of woo-woo, of mental, it's mental clarity, but it's also mental ambiguity, if that makes sense. So if I allow myself to stay in that ambiguity longer, like what is that, what, then it gets clearer for me. Does that make any sense? Am I just rambling? I got my Detroitish shirt on, I must be rambling. Anyway, let's get on to some politics. But I do like this inner authority. I do like that. Everybody's telling us what we should be thinking, what we should be doing. We should be listening to our inner authority. And my inner authority tells me I've rambled enough. And then there's other parts of me that says you haven't rambled nearly enough. The decks I'm going to be using in this ramble, the Fountain Tarot. I don't know if you can see it. This is kind of a harsh truth deck for me. Did I say welcome to everybody? Welcome, welcome, all are welcome. I am using my Los Caribo deck and my new Mother Peace deck. All right, so let's take a look at some stuff. 50 years ago, Nixon resigned. It was turbulent. There were a lot of Republicans that were going, no, don't, this is a witch hunt. Maybe they didn't use witch hunt, but same type of stuff. I feel like we're starting to get there again. History repeats itself, as I saw on my birthday page from the New York Times. It's crazy. We have Mr. Pumpkinhead, which I should talk to Psychic Duck here and ask Psychic Duck, say hello to Psychic Duck, hello, if I should take Mr. Pumpkinhead out of the box. Now, for my new subscribers, I put Mr. Pumpkinhead, aka Pumpkinhead, in a box, send him off to Fani Willis. Now, Fani Willis, her case has kind of been suspended. It held up until December, I think. So I may need to let him out because he's got some other stuff coming up, but everything's kind of in pause for a little bit. So maybe I'll open him up in September. What do y'all think? He'd be stanky. He's been in that box for a long time. Let's get into the big news. The Harris-Walz party. This is, it's just cool. Cool. It's party time. The energy flip is phenomenal. It's lighter. It's brighter. It's easier to digest. Everybody keeps feeling that I talk to, including my inner guidance, says, caution, Will Robinson. Dangers ahead, caution. And so I wonder where that danger is going to be coming from. Obviously, Trump is going to lash out, obviously. But there's also something where the Harris-Walz can do a misstep. I did a video a couple of days ago on Wednesday about going high and going low. And I said, you got to be really careful. I got a lot of comments saying, no, we need to. This is great, blah, blah, blah. It's good to smack them down. Yeah, it is. It's good to put them in their place. Kamala Harris did a masterful putting somebody in their place, in my opinion. And it was reminiscent of John McCain when she said, when she was doing a rally and somebody started, the crowd started chanting, lock him up, lock him up. And she goes, no, 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 no. Let the courts do that. We need to win in November. Let the courts do that, which is true. We need to get out and vote in November. Do I feel like it's going to be a landslide? Yes, I do. Do we have free will? Yes, we do. Can we choose not to vote? Yes, we can. Will it be a landslide then? No, it won't. So whatever I just said there, get out and vote. We need to vote. We need to talk to people about who you're going to vote for. And in that Go High, Go Low video, I was talking, the message that I got from my inner guidance was we need to talk to our hillbilly family members and get them, make them aware of Project 2025, make them aware that it's still in play, what that means for democracy. And I said, so we're going to have to talk to our hillbilly families. And when we talk to them, we can't just be shoving it down their throat. We need to be like measured, and we're going to need to swallow some things so that they can take little bites of the truth. Okay, rambling. 16 minutes. Let's get into some cards. Okay, I want to do a deep dive into Harris Walz. The other thing that Harris did that I thought was masterful. She had some hecklers at one of her rallies, and she goes, everybody has a voice, but I'm speaking now. And they kept heckling her. And then she goes, no, 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 no. This is my turn to talk. And she gave them side eye. She gave them stink eye. And I went, whoa! That was the baddest stink eye I've seen. It was badass stink eye. And then, I just saw the clip and I went, dang, you don't want to mess with her. Then I found out, as I did more research, that she had given an audience to those same people who were protesting about the war in Israel. She gave them time where she talked to them one-on-one. And then they get to a rally and they start disrupting it. Stink eye. Yeah. So I think that they are doing a good job of staying high. But let's look into the Harris Walz thing. I'm going to pull 3 cards, Harris Walz. But I may go even deeper with this. How is this team? Now I'm going to do 6 cards with the possibility of more. How is this going to play out? Harris Walz. What's the energy that we're feeling today and in the next 3 months? Yikes, 3 months, less than 90 days. Harris Walz. Tim Walz. Kamala Harris. Harris Walz. We get our wish. 9 of Cups. Abundance, wealth, emotional wealth. We can feel this. It's so great. It's so great. When grandfather was in, and I say that with extreme reverence, I am so appreciative of Joe Biden in the way that he has managed this. Kamala Harris calling me. Hang on. Let me call you back. Come on, I'm in the middle of a show. Jeez, what's the matter with her? Should I have taken it? I probably should have taken it. Yeah. Oh well. Knave of Swords. This is that young energy that's coming in. And I say young energy. She's 59, he's 60. Young energy. It's this young energy that's coming in that's swinging for the trees. That is just knocking it. It's knocking somebody's hats off, too. This young Knave of Swords energy. We get our wish, but there's truth that's coming out. Giving and receiving. And this is what they're marinating in. Clearly, the money is really flowing. Trying to see if I can drop this down so y'all can see. There we go. So giving and receiving money at the base of it in the past as it relates is the Queen of Pentacles, abundance, knowing how to manage projects, knowing how to support the King of Pentacles. And that's not Donald Trump, but just knowing how, and it's not, I know I may get some pushback for what I just said there, but it's the partnership that they have that is balanced, that is equal. Ooh, and at the top of the reading, whoa, the Devil card. What? The addiction tied to what? Ooh, clarity on that, please. And in the potential near future, we have the Star of Hope. Wow, 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 wow. Two major arcanas, which is why I am going to go further with this. What is this addiction card? Okay, as we move forward, the internal energy that this team has is the Ace of Wands, the new club. This is my Fred Flintstone Bam Bam club. This is pay attention. We got some big news coming. Going back to this Queen of Pentacles, the teamwork. This feels like this teamwork of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, that they are a really good team. That's what I got when I flipped this over. Externally, ooh, Four of Swords. This is a timeout card. This is a healing card. This is pay attention to your energy card. If I was using another deck, this would be defeat. This would be sickness. This is just regroup. Go into your inner guidance. Hopes and fears. Full illumination. The Sword of Truth. The Sun card. And the final outcome, strength. And again, this is 8. Lionsgate, strength. Full illumination, strength. Oof. New beginning. Death card. The ending of one cycle, the beginning of a new. So if this is 3 months, if this is the 3-month type reading, this is becoming clearer to me with this. We are letting go of the old ways, of the old addictions, walking into the sun, into the illumination we have to let go of that old way of thinking and look at it from a different point of view. The old way of thinking will keep us suspended. This way, we're just kind of putting it on its ear and taking a look at it from another point of view. I don't need any clarity on that. We're addicted to the old way. What are we going to do? Little digression. What are we going to do when we don't have Mr. Pumpkinhead to beat around? Lock in a box, talk bad about. Then what are we going to do? I mean, I'm looking at the news from, 70 years ago, and it's the same shit. Let's shift it up. Shift it up. All right. So these are great cards. Great cards. Kamala and Tim. So I see them winning in big numbers if we get out and vote. All right, let's do this real quick. I want to pull. I am going to use the Fountain Tarot, and I want to read on. They're trying to that base of the deck, Eight of Cups, walking away from sorrow. I wanted to read on the two communication directors for the Republican side and the Democratic side on the presidential campaigns. The Republicans have picked, who is it? Hang on. Chris LaSivita, Chris, I don't know. Anyway, he was the guy that orchestrated the John Kerry Swift boat thing against George W. Bush. So Trump only picks the finest people. Okay. The other guy, Chris Evans, is who Harris has. And it's interesting, when I tried to see where's he worked before, it took me a while to find that out. It was like, but the other guy, the Republican guy, bam, right there. Ooh. I go, that was a lot of disinformation that he threw out there, which we can go over the pond, look at all the disinformation in the UK that's sparking all these riots that Elon Musk is part of. What's he doing in that mess? We'll get to that later. This guy, Chris Evans, he worked for Jayapal's. He was Jayapal's communications director. He worked with Beto. And he's kind of low-key. However, what I see from him with the communications coming out of Harris's camp, it's brilliant. It's like showing the truth, just like, here's the truth. It's that big stick. It's the Ace of Wands. Bam! And it's like, did you just hit me over the head? Yes, we did. So it's just hitting him over the head with truth. All right. Chris Evans versus, who's that guy? Chris LaSivita. Two Chris's. Evans, LaSivita. We'll do Evans first. 3 cards. Hang on, that wasn't right. I'm putting cards down. I didn't flip them over, but I said, that's not right. It's like when I go grab a deck and I go, okay, I'm going to read on something, I'm going to use this deck. No. That doesn't feel right. So let's try it again. I'm going to drop the camera down and you can see me as I flip these over. All right. Harris, Evans, Communication Director. Evans, Communication Director. Oops. Didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. Chris Evans, Communications Director. All right. Let's go to Trump with LaSivita, Communication Director. Trump, LaSivita, Communication Director. Trump, LaSivita. Okay. So this is Evans, the first card that I flipped up. So this is news coming out. He's not flashy. He's kind of in the shadows, but the news that he brings forth is a little unexpected. It's a little powerful. It's a little higher. It's coming from the crown, from the crown chakra. So it's a calming truth. He's got the world energy about him. Yay, yay, yay. Haha. And he's holding the sword of truth, the Page of Swords. Again, this is, pages are young energy that are, maybe it's interesting with this Page of Swords. It can be a little impetuous. It could be not really thinking things throughly, not having the experience of let's say, a King of Swords, right? Or the Knight of Swords. But this Knight of Cups balances this out. And then he's got the World card in the center. Brilliant cards. Young energy that goes forward with the wisdom of this Knight of Cups, having the information coming from his crown chakra, using his intuition a lot. And he's got the completion card. The other guy, he's got the Judgment card. Now, Judgment is always, well, I'm not going to say always, although I just said always, but it's not for us. When we are in judging mode, then we're not being really free. We should be in gratitude mode versus judgment mode. You guys are probably judging me on my Judgment card definition right there, aren't you? Six of Cups. Going back to a simpler time. But in this deck, he's in a little bubble. He's in a donut. Doesn't Trump sit on a donut? Or does he eat donut? Anyway. Squirrel. All right. Six of Cups, going back to a simpler time. But in this bubble, not really paying attention to the current events. And okay. Duh, Danny. Get it together. What did he do? He did the Swift Boat campaign. What is he doing now? He's doing the Swift Boat campaign on Tim Walz. It's not working. Not working. And the last card is moving in as a winner. Riding in as a winner. However, look at this deck. Look at this. Does that look like a winner to you, or does that look like he's being skewered on fire? And the sixes are all about communication. But it feels like his communication is locked in the past and is just inflammatory. There is no, like, higher purpose to it. You could take this card as a higher purpose card, as a winning card, but not in this deck. Okay, so again, I don't know. Did we even need to do that? It was fun. Let's look at when Harris picked Walz. Let's do a little deep dive on Walz. When Harris picked Walz, I was, well, number one, I was for Beto. Not Beto. Yeah, I am for Beto, but I was for Mayor Pete, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. And I said, anybody's going to be good, and I knew that. When it was announced, I did my own personal reading for it, and I got, some interesting cards that were not so positive, should I say. And so let's take a look at it and see what that energy is. Maybe I was picking up on the disappointment that people were shedding on Josh Shapiro not getting it. I don't know. Let's just see. And I'm going to use the Fountain deck again. Sharp Truth deck. Okay. Tim Walz, how is this election cycle going to go with you and your family? Tim Walz, how is this election cycle going to be for you and your family? Drop this down. You can see me flipping the cards. How's this going to go? Ooh, Fountain, Infinity. The 8 sign. See the 8 right there? No, never mind. Now you can see it. The 8. Fountain, Infinity. This is a unique card to this deck because it's the Fountain deck. To me, when I look at this card, it's all about balance. It's all about the middle. It's all about the edges. Maybe this side's a little too dark. This side's a little too hazy. The center is the clarity. Challenged by Ace of Swords, New Truth. Okay? Ten of Cups is at the base of it, celebration, yay! And again, in this deck, balance. There's a balance to this Ten of Cups. It's not all one-sided. It's not all, let me pull out the Ace of Swords. And in this deck, too, there's balance here. Okay. In the past, the Hermit. Shining a light on something. We didn't know a lot about Tim Walz. I mean, he kind of came out of his seclusion in a way, right? The top of the reading, the World card. We got this with Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, communication director. It's a completion card. It is sitting on top of the world. Potential near future, we have the Knight of Swords. This is my caution card for him. Watch. Be careful when you're running with a sword. You're running up that hill. Be careful. Be careful. I hope he's listening to me. Be careful running up the hill. He's bringing a lot of energy with this. A lot of fast-moving energy with this. Internally, he's on a new journey. Externally, he's the missing piece. He's putting it together. Hopes and fears. 7 of Swords. Is the fear that the election's going to be stolen from him. The hope is that he is going to take some of the heat, some of the weapons away from that are going to be directed towards the future president, Ms. Kamala Harris. What are they going to call her? Madam President? What are they going to call her? Ms. President? Oh, the dilemma that we're facing. Ace of Wands. This is my Fred Flintstone card in the other deck. Bam, bam. New information coming that is sharp, that is blunt, that'll hit you over the head. In this deck, it looks almost like the Ace of Swords. That looks like a sword to me. It's sharp. It's precise. It's information. So this reading I got, I'm going to keep going with a couple more clarities. We have the Two of Pentacles, juggling some things underwater, some financial things. And then we get the Nine of Cups, again, the Wish card. This Two of Pentacles is something that I think is going to come up with Tim Walz. I got this a lot before in my reading that I did privately to myself, was that there's going to be some things that he's going to have to juggle. And in this deck, he's underwater a little bit. He is managing, he is juggling it, he does get it together. But that's the only card that's a little goofy with it. So let's look at, I know I'm at 41 minutes. Let's look at, it's Friday, it's rambling. I haven't mentioned a song yet. I'm thinking of the Detroit bands because I got my Detroitish shirt on. Somebody sent me a Grateful Dead song the other day. Ripple. I just mentioned a song. And then the night before, I was listening to Susan Tedeschi singing a John Prine song, Angel from Montgomery, and Sugaree. Angel from Montgomery and the Grateful Dead's Sugaree. John Prine and the Grateful Dead together in one song. Just a little bit of magic. All right. Where was I going? Squirrel moment. Squirrel. Squirrel. Hang on. I got to pause so I can get my thoughts. Okay. I don't know where I was going. Numbers do lie. Cards don't lie. Numbers do lie. But here's some numbers that make us feel kind of good. From the Marquee National Poll, if there was a two-way race held today, Harris is up 6%. That's outside the margin of error. Three-way race between Harris, Trump, and RFKjr. Harris is up 8 points. Now, I know a lot of people who are saying that they're going to vote for RFK and RFK Jr. And I was wondering if that was going to pull away from Harris Walz ticket. I think it would have in the Biden Harris ticket, but in this ticket I don't see it so much. I think that the people who were voting for RFK Jr. Now are able to tolerate or get behind the Harris Walz ticket. I mean, they were disenfranchised voters, I think. Is that the right word? Under Biden-Harris. And I think that they're going, okay, we can see a path forward here. The news that has come out with him, with bears and stuff, and as I cut the deck, I get that. Yeah, it's like dark, murky information that comes out. And then he's talking to Roseanne Barr. And I don't know. I don't think that's going anywhere. All right. The debate, September 10th. So, Trump's been hiding out in his Mar-a-Lago beautiful room that cost $10 million and he still can't hear. He still can't hear. Why didn't he get better sound system? He's talking about the black journalist sound system. It's horrible. Those people don't know how to make sound work. Their technicians suck. What about your technicians? Well, they suck too. Okay. The debate, September 10th. Is Trump going to do it? I saw him wiggling out with his comment. He goes, I'm going to do 3 debates with Kamala Harris. 2 before the 10th. I think that's what he said. And Kamala Harris says, I'll do up the 10th that we agreed to, and then we'll talk. So, is there going to be a debate? Is there going to be a debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump on ABC on September 10th? Now that is one that I'll have popcorn for. I may even have champagne. All right. Harris, Trump, debate, September 10th. 6 cards. I don't want to know the final outcome because I'm not quite sure it's going to happen. We have the High Priestess. We have hidden agendas, secrets. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups. All right. Unexpected news. There's going to be some kind of calming energy about it. We have the 4 of Cups, an offer being made that's not being looked at. We have the 4 of Coins. Oof. Holding on in the past. Financial restrictions being left out in the cold. Hang on one second. Okay, I just wanted to look at what 4s meant in numerology. See if I could glean something from that. We have the women celebrating at the top of the spread. Wow. And we have working together to make this happen. I say yes, it's going to happen. I think there's going to be some shenanigans on the inside. It would have been kind of fun to have Kamala Harris debate by herself. I do it all the time here, so I could give her some pointers. I also thought it would be interesting if Trump had his debate on Fox and Harris had her debate on ABC at the same time, and Harris would just, like, if a question was asked, Harris would answer it and kind of slap Trump down because Trump would lie all the time. So she would correct and give the truth about it. And then you'd have a regular old fact checker to make sure everybody's telling the truth. Goes back to our inner guidance. So yeah, I think it is going to happen. There's going to be some back and forth going on a little bit before it happens. Some unknown stuff. All right, let's go to the world events. Yeah, I have 49 minutes. Leaving 10 minutes for world events. Shame on me. Shame on me. All right, let's talk about Ukraine. They got F-16s. They went into Russia pretty hard and crossed the border 9 miles into Russia. This is Ukraine's largest incursion since the war began 30 months ago. So I hear in my voice, Danny, what happened to you saying, oh, this war is going to be ended relatively quickly? Well, things change. And at that time, the energy was, it was going to end pretty quickly. But Ukraine said, hell no. All right. Let's just look at the Ukraine war. Are we getting into, and it's not the Ukraine war, it's the Russian incursion. It's the Russian war. Ukraine's just defending themselves. Okay. Wait till I get to talk about Israeli and Hamas. How am I going to label that? I don't know yet. I'll get in trouble, I'm sure. All right, the Russian war against Ukraine. 411. How's Ukraine? Let's just do 411. Give us some clarity. Again, I am so hopeful that we can change this. Maybe it's energetically that we need to do it. I don't know. Okay, Ukraine, Russia war. Page of Swords. New truth. Going fast. It's money. It's money, money, money. King of coins. It's the first time I got the King of Pentacles today. We have karmic, the Wheel of Fortune, at the base of this. Karma's going to get them. We have the Hanged Man in the past. We have the Seven of Wands defending oneself at the top. And we have walking away from sorrow. Who's walking away from sorrow? Internally. Who's walking away from sorrow? This is such money again. Money again. This is so crazy because Ukraine and Russia, they are clearly family-wise, people-wise, they are clearly related. They have the Lover's card and the Two of Cups. And there's the Knight of Coins as a clarifying card that is going to bring forth a new project to this, And the last clarifying card is the King of Cups, is coming together to find some safety. So I think there's going to be something coming up in the near future. I think Joe Biden is going to help facilitate it. The near future is walking away from sorrow to find oneself. Who's doing the walking away? I think it's Russia. The King of Coins, the Ten of Coins. Family, oligarchy, money, I think. Let's pull some clarity cards on this Eight of Cups. I think that that Russia isn't winning. I mean, nobody's winning. Everybody's losing. But it feels like maybe Joe, and the other thing too about this rambling news is the hostages were released 8 days ago, 9 days ago. Joe Biden, dude, yes, I called him dude. Is he got another, has this King of Cups, does he have something else up his sleeve? I just heard yes, to help stop this Ukraine war. I don't think it's by sending more military over there, but that's just me being a peacenik. And I was thinking about this today. We're sending bullets over to Ukraine and to Israel, and there was a leader that was saying, caution, Will Robinson, be careful of what you start with this industrial war machine. It'll take on a life of its own, which I think it has. When we create this industrial war machine where we're pumping out weapons, the only reason we're putting weapons out is for destruction. Some people say, well, it's for defense. A fence is a fence. Okay, we're not going to go there. Joe Biden, does he have another trick up his sleeve? We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have strength. This is a big yes to help solve this Ukraine war. We have still working at it. Joe Biden, do you have another trick up your sleeve? Cut the deck. Joe Biden, do we have another trick? Yeah, he's coming up with a completion plan. He is coming up with a completion plan for the world on this. He's not done. Joe Biden is not done with this. Behind the scenes stuff. Yay, 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 yay. All right. Okay, I got 3 minutes to cover UK and Hamas. UK misinformation. There's a lot of fighting, riots going on in the streets. A lot of riots going on in the streets in UK. A lot of misinformation. Musk is sticking his nose in the Twitter sphere, X sphere, to stoke those flames. I think he's going to get into huge trouble with that. It's just another log that he doesn't need to throw on the fire, and it's his fire that's burning up. Something's going on. How's Stamer doing? He's publicizing the convictions of these people, putting it on TV. How's Stamer, the new prime minister, dealing with it? 3 cards because I'm running out of time. 9 of Wands. Yeah, okay. He's got a wild ride. He's got the Knight of Cups. It's a wild ride for him, but he's still standing in all this adversity, and he's reviewing things. He's not leaving. He's just on a wild ride. All right. Let's look at the new Hamas leader. So Israel has took out the leader of Hamas. Now, I may get this wrong. It's hard to keep track. And so Hamas is vowing retaliation, and I think they did it while he was in Iran. So Iran is saying, oh, hell no, you can't do that. We're going to retaliate. And this Hamas leader that they have chosen is in hiding because he was one of the masterminds for the October 7th thing, that the bombing that started this whole mess. Well, didn't start the whole mess, but this specific mess, it did. And he's also one of the chief negotiators for the ceasefire, but he's in hiding. And it takes like 3 days to get him information because he's in hiding, deep in hiding. So 411 on this conflict, on the resolution of this conflict. 411 on the final outcome in the next 3 months. You know, Harris really doesn't have a big say in this. She's the VP. She has to support Joe Biden. So when people come out and start, saying, what are you going to do? She really can't say much because she's supporting the current administration. That's what vice presidents do. So let's do 6 cards real quick on the current vibe. And then we'll do 6 cards real quick when Harris wins. After Harris wins. Okay, 3 months. Current vibe of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Justice. And it's justice. Is it retaliation? Is it a balance? Is it fair? Is it giving birth to something new that's going on down there? Suspension, karma, wheel of fortune. Things are spinning. Things are fluid. It's kind of strong. Look at all the major arcanas, giving and receiving, hostages back and forth that helped. Star of Hope up at the top, and the completion card. Holy crapola. Crapola is a Italian word for crap. Holy crap! Look at the power of these cards. Justice, the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune, the Star of Hope, the completion card in the very near future. Wow. And this is the World card. Maybe the world's looking. Maybe the world's going to be playing a bigger role in this thing. Looking at it from a different point of view. Or is it suspending justice? Either way, we have the Wheel of Fortune at the base of this thing, moving things hopefully towards the Star of Hope, towards balance, towards a completion. And it's this giving and receiving more hostages, I hope. I hope. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let's look at it after the Harris win and during the Harris administration. It feels to me, little digression at 104, it feels to me that Biden is now a little untethered. Feels good. He gets to do whatever he wants. I think it's against the law for him to drive his Corvette, because presidents aren't allowed to do that. I think he's going to be driving his Corvette. What's going to happen? Supreme Court's not going to say, hey, you broke the law. It was an official act, me driving my Corvette. All right, I want to thank you before I throw the last one. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging with me this long. Let's look at the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. My hillbilly brother and I agree on this one. We don't agree on Ukraine. He's like, but stop the bullets. Stop giving Israel weapons. It's enough is enough. That's just me. And it's the cards that showed up just recently. Maybe that giving and receiving was in the past. We're going to give you weapons. It was money, though. So, but it could be. All right. When we're doing these shows and it's live and it's on the fly, not live, but it's on the fly, you don't have a lot of time to dig into it, especially Friday ramblings. Holy crap, here we go. Shut up and throw your cards. Flip them. Ooh. After Kamala wins the election. 8 of Cups. Walking away from sorrow. This is a personal journey to find oneself. And this is in regards to Israel and Palestine, the Palestinian people. Walking away. So, sorry, digression, dang it. I don't like going over an hour, my butt gets sore. We want to support Israel, but at what costs? I mean, is it an old idea that needs to be changed? We need to support people of the planet. All people. Enough. Back. Here we go. 8 of Cups being challenged by the Queen of Pentacles. And this is either being challenged or being covered, enhanced. And certainly the Queen of Pentacles is a positive card. It's a new growth card. It's a calming card. It's knowing how to manage your finances card. We got the Strength card at the base of the reading. Yes, Kamala bringing strength. In the past, it's the Emperor, the old card, the old one who thinks they are in control. It always cracks me up. We're going to bomb the hell out of them to show us who's in charge and who's in control. And all it does is create more chaos. There's less control in wartime situations because you never know what's going to happen. It's chaotic time. It's not control time. So the control time is in the past, what we think of as old white man control. What's in the present? The Queen of Pentacles. That's control. Well, it's one form of control. At the top of the reading, here's the other form of control. The Queen of Swords. Ow. Whose old man head does she have there? Is that the Emperor's head? Is that really? Oh, what is going to happen when Kamala takes over? Boom! Netanyahu, I think you got something to worry about. Something fast is going to happen. Something fast is going to happen that's going to tear down the old system. I mean, you can't bomb Gaza any more than it's been bombed. For entertainment purposes only. But this Tower card seems to directly relate to this old guard way of thinking. These queens in this Strength card is coming out to tear down the old system. I'm going to keep going because I'm liking this reading. Two of Cups coming together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Both sides. Is this a two-state solution? Possibly. External position. It's still going to be kind of tough. There's still going to be people hiding out. There's still going to be people hanging in their little castles, holding on to whatever is left of their dignity. Hopes and fears is a new beginning, new emotional start. And the final outcome is the Four of Swords. This is the retreat in battle, but this is also quiet reflection, tapping into your own inner guidance, rejuvenating oneself. We have a new project, a new rebuilding, a new balance coming in with the Knave of Pentacles, and we have a celebration. I'm going to leave it on that note. So again, thank you all for watching. Peace and love.